Maze being very active about this. Here's the util getting thrown and on for the flank. Punishes. Anikez straight away. Gets his kill and aggro on Innocent. T's just getting caught. Swicher though. Anikez is exposed for this, but that angle, Maze wins out. Sussing out that second player. Tossing off the kill on the flank. Early round post up again, gets the pick, even the collat damage. And that utility. Chokes out the T's. Off-timing peek from Surreal. Don't think Slend will read it. He does. Gets picked off anyway though. GG's 13-5.
So yeah, unfortunately we're standing on the barrel of the last chance saloon. The fourth qualifier, we lost the secret in the third qualifier. The only thing we could have done is review it and improve. We got pretty owned, in my opinion, by them. But yeah, the next qualifier obviously is the last one, so we have to kind of give it everything we have.
Finished the third qualifier the other day. Now we're about to head into open qualifier number 4, effectively the last chance for us to make the close qualifier, then the RMRs, and then potentially the major, right? So this is it. Obviously, we've had some frustrating results, I suppose. Day 1, or open qualifier number 1, losing very early on to Sashi, then putting in a lot of work on the second day effectively to make sure that by open qualifier 2 we were in a much better place, and I think we were. We had a very deep run, and then we showcased, you know, we were able to improve. We're actually quite good. Kind of fell short on that one as well, but again, some more learning to do. And then we lost to Secret in open qualifier number 3. And I mean, it's just one of those things. Secret are a new team. For me, you know, we're capable of losing to, definitely. They played well. We didn't especially show up in that game. So obviously it's frustrating, but what can you do? I mean,
the last hurrah for OT Pod here. See, Surreal, I mean, look at this confidence here, just fully swinging, taking these fights, loading up on liquid confidence here, pure distilled from the players on OT Pod. I mean, Slend, what a shot.
The fights that Endpoint are taking at this point they're not calculated. There's no coordination. This isn't a high-level Counter-Strike Endpoint are having to play. They're just walking in. They're tripping up and tripping across the finish line.
Yeah, they haven't been stretched at all.
Yeah.
By OT Pod. Maybe in the first couple of rounds, but he's still settling into the map there.
Look at this, Endpoint just taking dry fights, so much so it's pulled the rotation. Swicher takes him down. Moves Seb. In the amount of presence that Endpoint have made, just 3 players firing their guns towards the top of Banana, going for some duels, going for some spams. It's just completely broken apart, this setup. An OT Pod with 2 players left on the Banana. They're being closed in. They're going to have to break out of this cage which Endpoint have set for them. Gunball going to fall. It's going to be 13-2 to Endpoint here on Inferno.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to say about that. Endpoint were by far the better team.
Day 1 was pretty easy. I mean, we only had to play 3 games, and
Day 1 of the fourth qualifier, nothing special happened. It was a weird format. We ended up playing, I think, like 3 best-of-1s. Yeah, going into day 2 tomorrow, there's like 5 or 6 best-of-1s followed by a best-of-3. So that's where the meaty games will be. There's a lot of sort of miscommunication, misunderstanding of what's going on, let alone like utility missing, right, which can happen from time to time. So, and a lot of these close games, like obviously I have my own expectation as to what we should be performing like, and it doesn't necessarily meet that in those games, but I have to remain optimistic that we can sort of increase our level when we play against like more opponents that I deem to be like our level or challenging opponents, right? Not to disrespect anyone that we play, but teams that are, you know, 200 from the world or 150 or whatever, like I like to think that we should be beating them fairly comfortably.
It was a little bit stressful for me because I'm seeing us make mistakes either for rounds that didn't do properly or bad reactions or sometimes just tilt, you know. I can tell that the atmosphere isn't great, you know. I'm not hearing a lot of nice and, you know, clapping and woo and whatnot from the room. And
on day 2, we knew that we had to play 5 games, which one of them is a best of 3, so we knew it was gonna be a long day in day 2.
Point here, 0-0 Nation have players in to hold it though, but thorough. Our endpoint as Surreal doubles up. Vladden managed to pick up a kill onto Swicher in apartments, and so endpoint decided to divert into CT spawn. Bird from Sky overwhelmed. And the pathway is now clear to the B bomb site. Just Searson left alone and follows his teammates to the grave. 8 for endpoint, 0-0 Nation head down on Nico.
But the amount of composure they've shown, the amount of coordination, they've not sweat, they've constantly been on top of things. The stranglehold in the economy is still bleeding through into this buy, this force buy for 0-0 Nation, as it's all they can afford. They still have that AWP out.
Triple peak from the bottom of Banana here. Endpoint looking to take full control. They might just be getting it. Zuu dropping smoke spot, Fasher on the jump spot as well. 1-for-1 trade yet again.
An advantage for endpoint here to try and stop endpoint from knocking them out. The last qualifier for this major.
And all JDC can do from CT is spam. The smoke has expired. Surreal spots him. Slen's going to be going for the peak and picks up the kill. Searson falling through the smoke as well. I think endpoint have just about done it because Vladden is so far away. Rotating all the way down through the bottom and middle. And Swicher, single shot is all that was required. Endpoint pick it up close in the first half, but endpoint swapped onto their T side and absolutely ran away with it.
All of us played really good, in my opinion. I think we all connected really well, and we were just on point, I would say.
Yeah, so the game against 0-0 Nation, obviously, when you see it come up in the bracket, you know it's a team that's formidable. You know that there's going to be respect on either side of the server. You know, like people are going to respect players and such. So it's more of like a mind game for calling. You know, I played against Bird from Sky many times. He's probably played against us a couple of times. You know, so it's like we know kind of what we're capable of. But I think we just played really well as a team on Inferno. It was like a complete contrast to the Team Secret game from the third qualifier. We were communicating, you know, we had good ideas, we had good initiative, the reads were good, the plays were good, you know, it made sense what we were doing, you know, and everything kind of ebbed and flowed into quite a nice win for us.
It starts accumulating as the day goes on. We head into the final best of 3, and it's a lot. It's a lot of games and things changing all the time. Suddenly we're starting later this day, and now this final qualifier is actually split into 2 brackets. It's a bit of nonsense that makes it quite difficult to deal with as a team.
One more round to take the first map of this best of 3 off of endpoint.
TM getting ready for a mid-peak as up close and personal. Swings out to get the angle. Braga to claim the kill, and in fact he's transferred onto Swicher. Horrendous. Surreal gets 1 before immediately being traded out. And this is a nightmare for endpoint. Flashbang is going to allow Slen to peek middle. BTN caught by it, but still gets the frag on the
And they saw where that flash came from. Surely they can put 2 and 2 together and realise.
World on his shoulders. First kill goes his way. Swaps to yet another FAMAS, but already the clock's ticking. First 10 seconds gone. It's such a difficult web to unpick, and he can't do it. Endpoint are bested on their map pick.
We wanted to pick Inferno against them because we saw that they really could not play the map. And we thought, well, that's a free win, but then they ended up banning it instead of their permaban, which was a bit of a surprise, and it kind of goaded us into having to pick Ancient since it's our most prepared map, but we knew that they played it as well. We just wanted to play it to our own strengths, and frankly, I don't really know what happened.
It was a tough game, like no matter what way you look at it, how you put it, like doesn't matter who you're playing, they've also beat everyone on their side, and they're playing against us who, well, obviously we've beaten everyone on our side, so it's like, it's a tough game, and also it's after like 5 or 6 best of 1s, and then you're playing a best of 3, right? So it's like in terms of being composed and, you know, remembering everything and not making mistakes, it's going to be hard to do just because of like, you know, you're playing so many maps in a day, which is, in my opinion, a fault with the tournament format, but you know, you have to get on with it. If you look at all of our maps, you can kind of see what we were going for with our map pool. So they just vetoed towards that, and then we ended up playing one of their better maps, you know, and we got blown out of the water really, on our map pick.
Going into against Nexus, we knew that we haven't had much practice. No comment. I mean, we got D underscore straight, so.
But I could tell the guys were running out of energy quite bad. I mean, I knew Swicher was like really hungry during that game just before. So I ordered some food, some pizza. After we got completely destroyed, we got what, like 2 rounds, 3 rounds or something like that. I sat them down, I gave them their pizza, and I was like, boys, gave them a little pep talk. And
Swicher is the one to give Endpoint their 11th. TM blowing open the smoke in middle, but Endpoint dodge it. In the meantime, Azuu's walked his way out onto the A site, taking down Ursin. Gotten away for free. Drill with a frag in middle, and now dangerous because, well, Sound's the only player left. Azuu walking into jungle is going to be eliminated. In fact, Sound's managed to double up. Not out of this just yet. Slend in a great position to secure the round. Puts Endpoint on map point, looking to take us to a third.
Nexus seemed so on point. They seemed almost in flow state on Ancient.
Swicher working his way back. Has pulled his gun out in time and he spotted them. The jig is up. Information could be relayed. He's even gotten a kill and stayed alive. Looking to split the bomb site from middle. Kill has been found outside Palace.
Fortunately, Surreal holds CT down strong. In fact, he finds 2. And Slend lurking in. Gonna find that AWP shot. Just about closing it out, 13-4. I have to say those T-side rounds were sketchy. They were scary, but Endpoint pull it out 13-4 after what was an absolutely dominant CT side from the likes of Slend and Surreal.
I'm quite proud, you know, we managed to bring it back. There was a lot more hype, a lot more energy. I think the food definitely made a difference for them, and also kind of that positivity and waking them up a little bit. So that was good. We brought it back on Mirage, their pick. We were really confident there.
So we went into it, second map with a better mindset, took it to a third map, and then really it's a tough one to take.
On map 2, it felt like we were on point. We won most of the clutch rounds. I think we won all the retake rounds. We just played good as a team.
But you're not giving up anything too early. In the meantime, though, Endpoint have managed to take plenty of control towards the A ramp and allow Slend with this AWP to post up on a long range angle, which is good utility usage from Nexus to try and force switch it out of position. Azuu goes 1-for-1 over towards A.
Straight through the smoke goes Ragga, and now Slend under pressure. He's being run down. Ragga takes him. Man advantage for Nexus. Make it 2 as Surreal attempts to make a play through the smoke to deny the bomb plant. 2 rounds. All that Nexus need. Endpoint have been able to buy up again. But this is crunch time now. They'll be on map point on what's essentially an eco. It all comes down to this, and it's assertive. The name of the game here, and it backfires massively. Zello and Ursin both stereo frags. This is a problem. Not only is the opening duel lost, the trade wasn't there. They should be able to drop in the next round, but that relies on them staying alive, and Sound set on not letting that happen.
Nexus going to be finding themselves up onto map point. Plenty of cash in the bank. Going to be fully equipped to try and take on Endpoint for the following round or 2.
What could be the last round for Endpoint unless they can put a stop to Nexus here and now. Look at Sound's position. He's gone so far up. He's managed to slip away as well. MiGHTYMAX looking to chase him down. Slend has been dropped. The AWP eliminated again. MiGHTYMAX swinging in with the MP9. Only good for 1. Traded out immediately. Ragga and Sound all coming in with kills. Swicher, the new addition, left to try and clutch this one out. First frag goes his way. Molotov to try and prevent the bomb plant, and a flashbang as well. Straight through the smoke. But it's just too much to ask. 13-10. Endpoint's major dreams are over.
I mean, I think we had individual sort of, not an expectation, but everyone wanted to qualify, right? But if you were going to ask me at the start, you know, whether it's realistic, I'd say it's probably unrealistic we would qualify, even though we could put in a lot of work. You know, it wouldn't be a comfortable cruise to the closed qualifier by any means. But I think we obviously showed that in the qualifiers we played. You know, qualifier 1, we went out round 2, But the last one we were, steps away from making it. So I think overall we can take some positives from it, as long as we can continue the process, right? It's really important that we continue on this process and look for better things in the future.
When we assembled this team when I joined, I think the goal was trying to make the RMRs for this and hopefully make the major. Or feel like we're in form and shape, ready to do so. Yeah, it was quite difficult, it's a lot of setbacks. And well, I think we came close, it was something that was definitely possible, ultimately just something that didn't end up happening. And I guess it's the question of, was it realistic as opposed to just a possibility? Well, realistic, potentially not, we're not in the best spot in that sense. There's still a lot of work we need to do now.
Well, we obviously had no practice in it. Maybe we played one game, but that's about it. And we won rounds, we were reading them pretty good, but in my opinion, I think we just couldn't close it out on CT side. These small mistakes or big mistakes, especially in a game of a best of 3. I know one thing for sure is that if we practice more as a team, eventually we'll progress and get better step by step. So yeah, and excited to see what the future brings.